So we're so excited to talk this evening. Thank you for your patience as well, because we truly appreciate your time. So thank you for choosing to spend, an hour with us. And what we're going to discuss this evening is all about healthy sleep and also about, those high energy vibes, which the two are totally connected. Sleep and then your energy levels. There is a direct connection between the two. So we're going to discuss that tonight. But basically, I'm going to act as a facilitator this evening because we have some special guests who are going to really lead the conversation. And I also want to encourage you to ask questions. So feel free to use the chat function as well to ask questions. And I'm going to be, keeping my eye on that, making sure that your questions don't get lost in the shuffle. And I'm going to be guiding the conversation between Sarah Long, who we have here, and she is a health coach who will be talking more this evening, really leading our conversation with some really concise ways to get better sleep and also increase your energy levels too. I'm excited to hear from her. In addition, wellness educator Denise Natalie, she is going to be sharing her story, and she's going to be kind of sharing more of like the oils supplement side, and also some routine things just along both of those ways. So they're really going to piggyback off one another. And by all means, if we have something that we can learn from you, put it into the chat function as well and share your stories, because that's what I love about classes the most, is that we can all learn from each other. So I would love for Sarah, could you just briefly introduce yourself before we get started, and then we'll just get this show on the road.
Of course. Hi, everyone. I am Sarah Long, just as she said, and I'm a certified Optavia health coach. I've always had a passion for helping people. And so about a year and a half ago, I really needed help with my health. And I was introduced to the program through a friend, and I fell in love with it because it helped me not just get healthier physically, but it really helped mentally. As Sarah alluded to, we really focus on habits and micro habits because we just want to build slowly to lead to longer optimal health. Everybody's health goals look different, and it ranges from how to eat healthy and how to work in more exercise to sleeping better and just learning how to surround yourself with a healthy environment. A lot of people don't realize the effect that, a negative environment can have on their overall health and not just their mind. And so I just love getting to use the resources my company provides me with to help people work on their health goals. And I'm excited to be here with you tonight.
Well, we are excited to have you.
Yeah, and I know that you are going to be sharing more about your personal story a little bit later too. So, and a little bit of your journey as well. So I'm excited, really excited to learn from you. And Denise, would you take just a couple minutes to introduce yourself as well?
Hey, I'm Denise Natalie, and I started my oily journey 3 years ago, about a half a year after Sarah did, because Sarah introduced me to this oil world that I've fallen in love with, mainly for the thieves cleaner, because I was cleaning her house. And as she was trying to get her son well and trying to rid her home of all the, hi Ashley, of all the, yuck out of her house to help her and her family, I was there cleaning her house and experiencing all this. And so she introduced me to Young Living. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful journey ever since. So I'm so very grateful for her and her friendship over these years. So there besides the thief cleaner, there were other things, and I'm going to talk about that more as we interject in with Sarah. She talks more about just how we want to use, how we want to set up ourselves for good sleep and good energy by using simple tools. So Sarah, if you want to start, that would be great.
Yeah, I actually prepared a presentation. Let's see if I can pull it up properly.
What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to make you the host, or I'm going to make you a co-host, and then you should be able to do screen share.
Awesome.
Okay. And in the meantime, for any of you who are Young Living members, let us know how you got started. If you could share that with us, I would love that. And maybe just like, or a little bit about what you're loving right now. I'm not going to make you choose a favorite because I feel like that isn't fair. What are you loving right now as Sarah is getting her presentation up? And if you're not yet, what are you interested in learning this evening? I would love to know that as well.
All right, are you guys able to see that?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I've never actually done this before, so
Good job.
thanks for bearing with me. So, like we already said, I'm a certified health coach, and I really love getting to help people work on all their macro habits. And a big one for me was healthy sleep and energy management. I have 3 young children, and I was not getting enough sleep because I had a nursing baby when I started, and it was rough. And so I've really enjoyed getting to focus on this. So a lot of people think they are getting enough sleep because you hear those numbers of, if you get 7 to 9 hours, and everybody thinks, okay, I'm getting enough. But I want you to think about these questions for yourself, because every body needs a different amount of sleep. Some people can thrive on 7.5 hours. Some people genuinely need 9 hours for their body to thrive. So when you wake up, do you wake up tired, or are you ready to start your day? Are you falling asleep every time you're sitting down to watch TV? Do you have trouble focusing on your job, on your school, whatever task you're doing during the day? I know I'm going to use my brother as an example real quick, even though his wife is in the room. Growing up, he used to always fall asleep during school, during everything. And he's like, guys, I don't know, I'm sleeping at night. He had sleep apnea, even as a child, and we just didn't know it. And so he wasn't getting quality sleep, even though he was sleeping enough hours. So, are you getting enough good sleep is really a question we need to be asking. Are you sleepy after lunch? This is a big time that I know when I talk to clients, after lunch is a big slump. We can talk more later about why that is, because that particular time frame has a lot to do with your blood sugar levels and what you're eating at lunch. But something else to consider. And are you having difficulty falling or staying asleep? I know Denise was talking about that earlier. If you're not being able to sleep well throughout the night, there's some things that we can change in what you're doing to prepare for sleep to help you get better sleep. And some of that, I know there are wonderful oils Denise was talking about. I'm excited to try some of those. Though I don't have trouble sleeping right now in my stage of life, but I know some people do. So what chronic lack of sleep can look like for different people, and some of the things it can lead to are things like weight gain, memory issues, and learning issues, really. A lower immune system. If you're not getting enough quality sleep, your immune system can really fail. It can elevate your blood pressure if you're not sleeping enough, because your body is not rejuvenating. Sleep is our natural body's time to refresh. It can even shorten your entire lifespan. If you are chronically out of sleep, you may have a shorter life because of that. Lack of sleep can cause symptoms, not necessarily of ADHD, but things that remind of ADHD, and just those personality things in your life. And it can also obviously contribute to mental and emotional health issues. A lot of these things I know can also, I love that all of these things we can also help with oils. I sort of shared earlier that I am still a novice to oils, but I love all the uses that I hear about. And as I was going through this presentation and making it, I was like, wow, I know there's stuff to help here, because I love getting to pair resources. So I have a lot of the knowledge of, we can set up your life this way, but I am all about bringing in another natural resource to help aid as we work on our sleep. One of the biggest ways that we as health coaches help our clients learn to sleep better is we talk them through setting up a routine. Because just like when you're raising your children and you know that they go to sleep better if you have a consistent routine with them every night. It works the same for us because it helps our mental and physical bodies know what to expect. And people don't give enough credence to what our mind is thinking. And so if our mind is thinking about all the things of the day and all this and all that, and going down all those neural pathways in our heads that we've created those ruts, and we've created bed to be a place where we play games on our phone or whatever it is, that's what our mind now expects us to do. So we can't ever just go lay down and go to sleep. But if we set up the routine so that our mind starts learning and creates the neural pathways to say, when I start doing these things, it means I will be going to sleep in an hour. So then you do those things every night. And guess what? Going to sleep in an hour is really easy. So
Yeah, Sarah, I love that because you're talking about not like, I know a lot of people when they think about bedtime routine, and at least this is how I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to sleep. Like literally, I'm about to go to sleep. So I'm going to do boom, 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 fall asleep, right? But it can be a much longer process than that, that helps to trigger that memory in our brain, right? Because this is the same thing that we're always talking to people about, using the same oils at specific times of the day, right?
Yeah.
Because the oils, your sense of smell is going to link to the limbic portion of your brain, which is what stores your memories. So your sense of smell. So if you're doing these things, you can also pair those with that set routine. I love that. I love that. And some of this list is awesome. Like the thermostat.
Most people, it's doing these things. And, most people don't give enough credit to the little things. And so, they may think about, okay, I need to have my children in bed for me to be able to sleep. Most people think about that one. Pets too, because pets can interrupt our nighttime just as much as the kids can. But taking a warm bath or shower, Denise and I were having a conversation about that the other day, and just, are you a morning shower person, a night shower person? At night, it really helps to just start calming you. That's why we give kids baths at the end of the day, besides the fact that they're always dirty. But, it really does help. And then you do some self-care with that, and setting the thermostat low, because when you're sweating during the night, you're not getting as good quality sleep because your body is having to work to not be too hot. Clean up the clutter. I was joking with Denise that, part of cleaning up the clutter in the bedroom so that your mind is not distracted by all the things around you, so that you're able to be more mindfully at peaceful. I have my office in my bedroom now. Thank you, COVID, and everything going on. And I'm sitting here with you guys tonight in my bedroom. Now we have it arranged to create a wall so that there's visual separation, but you just but it's still really important for me that now I have to keep my office really clean because it's in my bedroom and I don't want to see clutter. Blue lights. I know a lot of people have heard about blue lights now and blue light glasses, suppression glasses, but technology has really interrupted people's sleep patterns. And so being aware of that and being like, okay, let's remove that an hour before bed. Remove all blue lights, phones off, guys. It's hard, but put that phone off, put that TV off, and just do some other things and take medications. If you have allergies, take your allergy medication, take your, whatever it is. Awesome. Do your oils instead. If you don't need, it's like, I would much rather go the natural route with that, but whatever it is to take care of yourself, do that an hour before bed. And avoid too much water. As a health coach, we talk to people all the time about drinking enough water, but setting a limit as to when that water should be drank by is important. Drinking some is fine, but a cup of hot tea would be better in the evening. And then after you have your hour before bed, now for some odd reason this isn't moving. I got it. All right. 30 minutes before bed. This is really, we're breaking it down. We're not just talking about that full hour. We want to break this down. You want to put on loose fitting, lightweight pajamas. You don't want something overly snug, and you don't want something that you're going to end up sweating in the middle of the night. You want something that will keep your body comfortable all night. Do some self-care. This can be doing your nails if you want, or facial, or whatever it is for you, putting on your nighttime oils, whatever it is to take care of your body and just take a little bit of time for yourself. Cool down is really referring to just that time when you are taking some deep breaths and just starting to really enter into a more peaceful state for sleep, because sleep doesn't start when your head hits the pillow, like we've been talking about. It starts before. So, and spraying essential oils on your pillows, on your sheets. They don't just need to be on your body. And, having your bed just be this place that is so natural for sleep to occur. And Denise, I know you have some great suggestions on what oils really help in all that. Can you give us a little bit more information on that?
Yes, sure. I would be glad to. Thinking of all this, my husband, he has mental illness, and he helps people with mental illness. And he did a whole little write up about sleep. And a lot of the things what you're saying is what they do is when we have a routine, just like with our children know that at bedtime, say you get them a drink of water, you read them a story, you tickle them, or maybe rub their ears or their hair, and they know, their body already knows, because that's a routine, that it's time to go to sleep. And that's very important for us as adults too, to have a good routine. And all of this is great. I love the fact that it's like starts an hour before, then 30 minutes, then you're going to go into 15 minutes before. And so our body is just really, it will learn this over time, that that this is the time for sleep. And so your mind and your body will be in the same, they will be like linked to know that this is what's happening. And one of the things I really enjoyed what Annie wrote about is that our sleep, our bedroom should be for sleep and for sex, nothing else. So keeping that in mind will, like you said, get our room ready, have it be, our bedroom be something that really we want to sleep, that's the time for sleep. So I thought that was really, really interesting. So what I do is, of course, I'm a nighttime shower, like we talked about. I like to take a nice shower. I, of course, take care of my face. I like to use the lavender wipes as a first time taking my makeup off. And then I use the brightening cleanser. And then 3 times a week, I use the facial scrub. And I like the lavender bath and shower gel because I do it at night. So then that really helps my body to get ready for that good rest. And then I do dry brushing about a few times a week. And then I like to use the lavender every night, the lavender lotion, which again, it's the lavender, Young Living lavender oils in there. So that helps your body to calm. And then when I do the dry brushing, I'll add the cellulite massage oil. I like that. It smells like grapefruit. It's amazing. So when I'm going to bed, before I go to bed, I will take my CBD, which I don't have with me because I ran out and I'm waiting for my order to come. And I also take a probiotic, which I'm also waiting for. So I've been taking the Mighty Pro ones for the kids, but they work just as well. So I take those. And then when I go back to bed, I I get my diffuser ready with cedar wood, one of the eucalyptuses for my husband for breathing, and lavender I'll put in. And then for my blood pressure support, I made a roller of Aroma Life. And so I roll that on my neck and on my heart. And that's been really, really helpful. And then, so I don't have to get up to go to the bathroom more than once a night, I use cypress oil. And then I put this drops on my hand and I just rub it on my abdomen. And it's really, really, since I went through change, I was getting up every 2 hours to go to the bathroom. So now I only get up once, and it's really, really helped, because we know how disruption, that disrupts the deep sleeps that you get into. So the less you can do that, the better. And then, like I said, when we were just starting and not everybody was on, I make a roller of vetiver, cedarwood, lavender, and valerian oil. And then I also add thieves, because for the immune support right now. And I roll this on the bottom of my feet, my big toe especially, because that's the VitaFlex point for your brain. And the vetiver really, really helps with the racing thoughts, which is what I had a problem with going to sleep. So I really, really, that's helped me so much to get good night's sleep every night. Like once in a while, like, we're all going to have those nights where something happened during the day that disrupts us. But if we can, do this on a regular basis, we'll see that our overall sleep will just be great. And then as we'll learn, it'll project right into having that energy that we need for the day to get things done. And then the last but not least is my cream I make. I just made it's a new one. So I'll have to put it in the refrigerator for my joints, because I was on ibuprofen and took 3 or 4 a night. And it was one of the things I loved most about the oils, was that my joint pain, I did not have to take ibuprofen anymore. Like so I haven't had any for 3 years now. So it's been great. So that's my routine. It seems like a lot because I'm explaining it all, but it doesn't really take that long. And it's really important, and it's really made a difference in my life. So thank you for letting me share that.
Of course. And, at getting into our routine, it's really about building the habits. And so setting these things up may in the beginning feel like a lot, but soon you're going to get used to it. Your body's going to get used to it. You're going to do it without thinking. So, setting the stage for success. That's what we tell our clients to do. You want to set your stage, you want to prepare. And so you're setting your stage for a successful night of sleep. In those last 15 minutes right before bed, there's some important parts to setting the stage. If you need to read, like if you're a reader and you don't want a, normal paperback book, read with the blue light suppression glasses. I actually just ordered a pair to try because, I hear so much about them. Meditate, take some time to do deep breathing, really from your belly, deep breaths, and just, if you're a praying person, start your prayers. Reflect on what you're thankful for in your day, because no matter how bad our day went, there's always some good to focus on. And so as we go to bed, as we prepare for bed, we want to focus on that. We want to focus on the gratitude from the day, because that's going to put our mind more at ease than worrying about all the problems, And you could say that in that first part of that first hour, if you have stuff that you feel like you didn't do that you need to do and you don't want to forget, write it all down. It will wait till tomorrow, and just leave it there. And now is the time to focus on what you're thankful for, not what didn't get done. And prepare the bedroom for sleep, whether that be pulling down the sheets, turning out the lights, putting on a sound machine, pulling the room darkening curtains, all of that is, this is how we set ourselves up for success. Because losing 90 minutes of sleep reduces our daytime alertness by almost a third. And over 80 million people in the United States aren't getting enough quality sleep. And we don't want to be part of that. But there are ways to help ourselves not be part of that.
Yeah. And Sarah, I think that a lot of the things that you're saying, they are little things. And I'm correct that we don't have to do all these things, right?
Right. Find what's going to work for you and set those into place. And even changing one thing to start with. You don't need to change it all. And you'll eventually maybe build and add on some more. But starting your routine, changing it one thing at a time, awesome. Because every step is a step in the right direction.
I love that. So why don't we take a moment to just kind of reflect on that portion? What is one thing that you ladies, that you are doing now that helps you to get ready for bed, that you're enjoying, that you're going to keep? And what's one new thing that you would like to add? Why don't we just kind of share out in the chat? That way we can kind of hear where you're coming from as well. I know that I started doing the feelings kit, and I've shared this story before, but I started doing the entire feelings kit protocol back in November when I had a trigger for some past trauma that I thought I had gotten over, that I realized that, oops, I maybe didn't totally heal that area of my life. And I was in a really low point, which was almost a year ago now that I'm talking about that, because it's October now. That's so wild. But I was at a really low point emotionally. I was extremely anxiety ridden. I was going through about a depression. And I pulled out and started the feelings kit because my mom had purchased it for me as a gift, because she knew I wasn't going to buy it for myself, because my order every month always goes to like household things and, shampoo and, vitamins and things like that. So I started that routine, and that is extremely powerful. So I know a bunch of you are talking about the Great Day protocol that you do in the morning. If you love that, you would love the feelings kit protocol, because they have affirmations and prayers that go along with each of those oils. You put them on a specific part of your body. It helps to heal past trauma. It's been amazing for my routine, amongst other things too. Melanie says, I need to change into comfy clothing. I currently prepare my diffuser about an hour before bed. That's awesome. Yeah, I do that too, to kind of get it to like fill up the room. And then you walk in and you're like, this is great. It's like a spa up in here. I love that. Feel free, anyone else, to share, one thing that you do currently that is a good part of your routine, and then maybe one thing that you want to start. Habit to kick: playing games on phone in bed. Habit to stop blue light an hour before. Yeah, that's, I think a lot of us are there with you too, Karen. Angela says that she is a night shower person. It helps me wash away the day. Me too, Angela. I want to go to bed early so I can wake up earlier. It's so challenging because nighttime is when I can do things I need and want to do. Totally get it. You're a busy mom. I know how that is too, but it is so important. Like when I am very regimented with my bedtime, I feel better. And I know that Sarah's going to be talking about that too, that whole connection. You need to reconsider TV before bed. Yep, me too, Ashley. Me too. I'm right there with you. Jen says, I put frankincense on my face and under my nose. Love that. Frankincense is so good for your face. Amber says, vetiver and frankincense in the diffuser relax my mind before bed. Ooh, and she has a shoulder massager that she uses. I'm jealous. I like the sound of that. And Sherry says, I need to write down my gratitude list, not just think about it. I love that too, being very intentional with that. And Ashley wants to work out a more consistent routine. Yep, I love the idea of writing that at nighttime as well as in the daytime too. Thanks for sharing, ladies. All right, Sarah, are you ready to chat a little bit about energy?
I am. We sleep, and hopefully once we get to sleeping well, we're going to wake up more energized. But energy is not just from our sleep. A big portion of it is. And so we really want to focus on those sleep habits and how to create better sleep so that we can have more energy. But also what we do once we get up after we have that good night of sleep really helps keep our energy for the day. So when we start our day, your alarm goes off. Do you lay in bed or do you get up? Studies show that getting right out of bed is the best thing to start your day to keep your energy flowing. When we lay in bed, it really sort of starts to drain our energy, which sounds counterintuitive, but it doesn't start us off on the right foot. So when that alarm goes off, get out of bed, stretch, and get right out. And morning exercise is a great idea. Not everybody is exercising. That's okay. That doesn't need to be a habit that you tackle right now. But if you exercise in the morning versus later in the day, you actually get up to like 12 hours of hormonal changes to help keep you having good, positive thoughts and vibes throughout the day. It also helps your metabolism. So exercising first thing in the morning can really be beneficial for starting our day strong. Some people do choose to exercise later in the day, and that can be okay too. You just don't want to do it too close to bedtime because exercise does release those endorphins. And so we don't want it right before bed, or it's going to make falling asleep hard. So we always say, as long as it's 4 hours before your bedtime, it's okay. But before that, if it's right before bed, probably not the best idea for your sleep. Caffeine. As a mom, I love caffeine. I am a coffee drinker, but I limit it, and I limit it a lot. A lot of people drink caffeinated coffee all day long. And again, you want to have, we recommend not having caffeine past about noon, because you want to have a solid block of time, 6 to 8 hours of time since your last caffeinated beverage before you're trying to go to sleep. But with that, you can have some caffeine if you need to, just limit it. But sometimes for different people, starting your day with caffeine is okay, and can be a good part of getting your energy boosted. I already mentioned the exercise, so we're down to eating. Eating is one of those things that a lot of people don't realize has such a great effect on their energy. When, depending on the foods we eat and the frequency at what we eat, so it's not just what we eat, it's how we eat, your blood sugar changes. And depending on what you're eating, if you're spiking it and dipping it through your food choices and not keeping it pretty stable, you will end up having highs and lows in your energy. It directly mirrors that. And so we recommend to clients, because we really do want to help you have energy from the very beginning. So we help clients to learn how to eat 6 times a day. We eat within an hour of waking, and then every 2 to 3 hours after that. And doing smaller meals like that throughout the day keeps our blood sugar and our energy level all day long. I don't have dips and lows. I don't have a 3 o'clock slump anymore. And it's amazing, and we focus on eating lower glycemic foods so that our blood sugar stays stable. We're avoiding really large fatty meals that would cause upset of the stomach and have your body working too hard. But what we eat can fuel our body, or it can harm our body. And so we really want to focus on foods, throughout the day that help give our body the energy that it needs to thrive.
Can I just interject something?
Please do.
So the first thing I like to do in the morning, I have a morning routine too. And before my feet hit the floor, I like to think of 5 things that I'm grateful for, and just, really think about that so that I get out of bed. How they always say, you don't want to get out on the wrong side of the bed. So you get out on the right side of the bed by having positive thoughts. And that was the other thing that about sleep, is that it can really affect our, if we having negative and even our emotional vulnerability. So if we get that good night's sleep and we wake up and we get up, like you said, very routinely get up right away, I like to, first thing I do is set my diffuser. And that's different all the time. It's never the same thing. And then this is when I get a big glass of water, put my lemon oil in there, which is very cleansing way to start your day. And that's the first thing I do as I go over. And then I put frankincense and copaiba on the back of my neck, which helps me with focus. And I always put copaiba under my tongue because that helps with inflammation in the body as well. So I use them, and copaiba is an awesome oil because it enhances other oils. So when I put the frankincense on, then I layer it with the copaiba, it really helps to amplify me to wake up and to be able to concentrate as I read my Bible reading and doing my morning, what I call kind of my morning worship. So that's like something I do routinely, and it really seems to help me to set my day and set the pace for the day. So I've been enjoying that. So a good morning routine, and I have been doing that also before I get dressed. Then I do the Gary's Great Day Protocol with the valor, the joy, the harmony, and the white angelica, those 4 oils. And it's really, really helps to set my day off wonderfully, and spraying my face. And I know Sarah's really into this too, with Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood. Oh, if you don't have this, you got to get it. It's amazing. I just mist my face with it, and it's just like, and then I do the Great Day Protocol, and it just like all those things just really help my day. Now I would like to do a little bit more as far as a walk or stretching more, things like that. So I have to find a little bit of time to do that. So thanks for the reminder about exercising in the morning. That's really important.
Of course. And I love hearing about all the oils to use, to help amplify our morning routine and just setting our day off strong, because how we start our day is how our day goes, and so I love hearing all of that. And it's really empowering to hear everybody's story. It always inspires me to hear how other people are using the tools available to them to get healthy, because that's what tonight's all about. Because sleeping well and managing our energy, it's all part of the bigger picture of being healthier. And I love the natural resources that are out there. So thank you, ladies.
And I'm excited to hear your story. Looking at this picture up here, this is wonderful.
Yeah, it was hard for me to put these pictures on knowing that I was going to be recording this. And but this is me. So like I had mentioned, about a year and a half ago, I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the first picture was taken 2 weeks before I started program at the day after my grandmother's funeral. And we were doing family photos because we were never all together otherwise. So we used the opportunity because we knew she would want us to. And I remember getting these photos from the family friend who took them and just being mortified. I was like, oh, I thought I was doing pretty well. And I didn't recognize the woman, but mostly it's the tiredness in the eyes. I remember just being so exhausted with life. And I remember feeling like I couldn't make it through the day, and that I definitely couldn't be the active mother I always thought I would be and really wanted to be. And so I did decide to make a change. And it was not necessarily easy. I have a nutrition degree, and there was some pride associated with, I have all this knowledge, I should be doing better. And I finally just said, okay, to my friend, what you're doing is working. I need tools. I need help. And so she helped me. She was my health coach. And this other photo was taken actually by my sister-in-law, Ashley, who's here. And it was taken as a celebration of a new rank I had earned as an Optavia coach. And it was wonderful to be able to look at that photo and go, oh, that's me. I can see the joy. I can see the energy. And I felt comfortable again. And so for me, this wasn't, the number on the scale was awesome. The weight loss was awesome. But I now run with my kids, not just sort of like I don't just run when they're falling out of trees now. I run for fun with them. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, and they're very active, and I can keep up. My mood is so much more stabilized. I'm not going up and down, and it's just, I'm able to be there and be part of their lives, not just sitting on the sidelines watching. I had to, just the other week, my oldest was riding scooters, and he said, race with me, mommy. And so I'm like, well, I'm competitive, so of course I'm going to race with you. and he is fast on a scooter. And I was like, oh, he's going to beat me because I'm just, I'm running, but I'm not running. And so I let him get a little bit ahead, and then I just take off and I sprint. My husband's eyes got real big, like, I did not know you could move like that. And it was amazing feeling because I knew my body wasn't going to fail me. And 2 years ago, my body would have failed me. I would have started having an asthma attack. My back would have given out. I have degenerative disc disease, like something would have happened. My body did not work that way. So being able to live a healthier life is what keeps me going, and being able to now share that with people and to help them visualize their goals and then work towards them. I have a grandmother I'm working with, and when we did her health assessment, she talked about, I want to be able to go down the slide with my grandson. And I'm like, that's beautiful. That's a picture I can work towards. And, so we're just one healthy habit at a time. We just build those micro steps together. And when she's struggling in one area, we transition and we flex and we flow and we work, but we just keep working on it one little step at a time. I mentioned that I get to use a whole lot of tools and resources. And, sort of what we do is we have a system, and we have found that, using all the components of the system together really helps our people be able to optimize their health. And so we have an education book, and we have an app, and we have community. This tonight is beautiful. What you guys do together and being able to use each other's resources and just get together once a week and talk about what's working for you and what's not, that's wonderful. And we do something very similar, just being able to have community time, because when you're going on any journey towards any life change, doing it with other like-minded people is essential. Because if you're still surrounded by people who, if you're trying to start using oils and really get into it and live that healthier lifestyle, and you're surrounded by people who think oils are all made up and fake, and it's going to be really hard to stick with it. But if you're surrounded by other people, if you have this tool of community to say, hey, it's okay, we've been there, just start with one oil a day and see how you feel, and then we can add in some more. It's all those micro habits that we build. And then, I do offer, I offer nutrition advice as well. And we do offer a food alternative for people who want that tool. And we get to we offer this package of mindset tools is really what it is. Because when we get to work with people on how they think about their choices and how each choice really adds up to the bigger picture, that's where we see change in people. It's not when they eat the food or drink the water. It's when they change their mindset. And so that's what we work on. I was telling Denise a funny story of, we'll have people who are struggling with nighttime snacking. That's a pretty common one. You sit in the chair in front of the TV and you want to grab a snack. And so that's where a lot of our clients struggle, is after they have the kids in bed and are watching TV snacking. And we have found that if we ask our clients to sit in a different chair in the same living room, even if they're still watching TV, it's much easier for them to not grab a snack, because our habit and our mindset that's linked even to that physical location. And so changing that physical location just a little bit can really help alleviate that natural pull. And so we want to just give people the tools to help them make the choices easier, so that they can work towards that optimal health, which is their goal.
And you, Sarah, could you talk a little bit about the fuelings and the number of times like eating a day and how that's helpful? And, you and I talked about too, what I love about this, the company that you're with, is that the oils and the Young Living lifestyle really fits right in, like our Ningxia drink.
Yeah, I drank some this morning.
Yes, I gave some to Sarah. She loves it. It helps with the cravings. It's something you can have, like it won't like spike your sugar, things like that. And it's something that can really be utilized. But I know you talked to me, we were talking about the number of times of eating, and then also like the fueling. So if you want to just talk a minute on that, that would be great.
Yeah. So like I had mentioned, we do sell a meal replacement food, and we call them fuelings because, like I mentioned, we want to fuel our bodies for the day that's ahead of us. And so for us, those are nutrient dense, small prepackaged foods that help give us all our vitamins, minerals, probiotics that we need throughout the day, because we want to make sure that we're giving our bodies what it needs. And when I imagine that you are in a state of unhealth and I came to you and said, now I need you to eat 6 times a day and I need you to do all that food prep and all that buying and all that, everything that goes with eating 6 times a day, you would look at me and say, I'm crazy. You would say, no, I don't have the energy for that. And so if I say, well, let's start you using this tool, because right now you don't have the energy to do all the food prep and all that. But while you're struggling, let's use this tool to replace some of those food times to make it easier in the beginning. So we offer people that resource. It's a tool for them to use to give their body what it needs until they're able to, then we help them with lists of lower glycemic, low calorie, nutrient dense whole foods that they can easily put together. And so then we start, as they start feeling capable, they start using more whole foods from the grocery stores. And that's a beautiful transition to make, because that's our ultimate goal. We want people to know how to feed their bodies for success. And so the fuelings are definitely a tool we use in the beginning I would say for most of our clients, but it's a beautiful transition when they're like, and I'm ready to not use them. Awesome. That means we've done our job. It's beautiful.
Wonderful. Yeah. I really like the whole concept of that, and the food prep, and to help people, like if they can have 6 fuelings a day, or they can prep 2 of their own and use 4 of the fuelings a day, or find other things like and like it's all about food, right? Because food is fuel, right? That's what, and our bodies recognize real food. And that's the whole Young Living lifestyle. That's what we really work toward. It's not just about oils, but it's the whole lifestyle of having a toxic free home, fueling our body with what it needs. Like that's why we love the Ningxia. We have the protein shakes too. We have we have the wolfberry bars. We have, I don't even know if we have einkorn products, which is a low glycemic flour. It's from an ancient grain grown in France by the artisan farmers. So there's a lot of things that it just blends really well together.
Beautifully. I love it. Every time I learn more about Young Living, it's always good things.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for joining us this evening. If anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat now. And I'm going to put a form, which is going to be a little, it's like a 1-minute little link that you can click on and just give us a tiny bit of feedback. In addition, that will let me know if you would like me to share any more information about what Sarah does with her health coaching as well with you, or what you would like to learn more on Monday evenings too. So I'm going to click that in there now. And what I will do for one of you, I will gift you a little roller of my new favorite oil, of the Kid Power oil. Since I'm obsessed with it, because I feel like everyone has to smell that. It smells so good, but you're not supposed to eat it. So I had to tell my son that like 10 times today too. I'm like, Cooper, does it have a white label? He's like, no, Mom. I'm like, okay, then don't eat it. This oil, Jill, it's Kid Sense Kid Power is what it's called. It's our brand new Kid Sense oil. And I've been using it since I got it. On Saturday. So this is one of the newer release oils too. And you can purchase this singly, or you can purchase it with that cute little owl diffuser. Oh my gosh, Ashley, it smells so good, like ridiculously good, like a creamsicle. So yeah, just click on that link. I'll gift one of you that, and please give us a little bit of feedback, and also reach out if you would like to partner with and do a Monday night class as well, because I feel as though we all have different giftings, and I love learning from all of you so much. And for those of you who are in our community, I know Terry Hill is on here. So we are doing a bit of a business call with her on Thursday evening, which we are super excited about. I'm going to be sharing that link in our event that we had tonight and also in all of our private groups. And she is really going to be talking about the knowing and doing gap, which is something that I think that all of us could benefit from, which is, in a nutshell, just kind of like what we know that we should do in order to kind of get to where we want to be, and then what we're actually doing. And also the reasoning for all the things in between, amongst other things too, like consistency in our practices. So I'm really excited for that call. That's going to be this Thursday evening. That's at 8 o'clock. She's going to be speaking from 8 until 8:30. So it'll be a short call, but it'll be a very powerful one that I think will rock your world. So thank you again, Sarah. I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Sarah.
everything. Yeah. And thank you, Denise, for sharing everything. And thank you, all of you ladies, for attending this evening. And I hope that you have a good night.
Thank you.